The Tachinbo phenomenon in Kyoto, exploring the hidden face of the night. Hello everyone. Today we're off to Kyoto, a mysterious city with a 1,000-year history. With its ancient temples and gardens, tranquil alleyways, and people strolling in kimonos, Kyoto often feels like time has stood still, offering us deep inspiration. During the day, Kyoto is as peaceful and beautiful as a delicately painted ink wash. But is the Kyoto you know truly the whole picture? Are you aware that behind this beautiful veil, another face of Kyoto lies hidden? Today we'll delve deep into Kyoto's vastly different, hidden nightlife, and another shadow moving quietly within it, Tachinbo. Perhaps this term is new to some of you, or maybe you're already familiar with it. If you're curious about Japan's entertainment or nightlife, or simply want to know about Kyoto's less known yet undeniably existing underside, I'm confident that today's video will clear up your questions. So let's now plunge deep into Kyoto's darkness, into its hidden reality. Does Tachinbo truly exist in Kyoto? Many might question this, but the answer is a clear yes, it does. However, it exists in a slightly different form than you might have vaguely imagined in the past. In fact, compared to a few years ago, the public sightings of Tachinbo in Kyoto's city center have significantly decreased overall. This isn't just a coincidence. What does it signify? It's due to the strict and continuous crackdowns by Japanese authorities and the strengthening of laws. As legal regulations against soliciting and certain activities in public spaces become increasingly stringent, the number of people participating in such activities naturally declines, and activities shift to more discreet methods. This is not just a Kyoto phenomenon, but is common across major cities throughout Japan. Nevertheless, as of 2025, Tachinbo can still be spotted in specific areas of Kyoto. They typically operate between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m., concentrating in the bustling downtown areas stretching from Sanjo to Shijo. In other words, they discreetly blend into vibrant areas familiar to both tourists and locals, where there's a high flow of people. They aren't found just anywhere. They have become much harder to find than in the past, requiring careful observation at specific times and locations. Main Tachinbo spots present. Now for the information you're likely most curious about. We'll take a detailed look at the main spots where Tachinbo have been observed in Kyoto, from the past to the present. This information won't just tell you the current locations, but will also offer insight into the characteristics of each area and why they were used for Tachinbo activities. Near Shijo Hotel. Shijo Hotel is one of the places in Kyoto with the most consistent and frequent reports of Tachinbo sightings. It's conveniently located about 5-minute walk from Gion Shijo Station, making it highly accessible for those using public transport. Sightings were particularly high around 9 p.m., making it a notable spot due to the nature of the hotel and the bustling atmosphere of its surroundings. There are still occasional reports today, so if you pass through this area, you might spot something if you look closely. Nishikiyamachi Dori. This is one of Kyoto's representative entertainment districts, boasting countless izakayas, clubs, and bars that create a vibrant atmosphere every night. While it's a typical bustling area during the day, it completely transforms at night. Here, various forms of soliciting occur, not just Tachinbo, providing an environment where Tachinbo activities can easily go unnoticed. As of 2025, vivid testimonies of Tachinbo sightings continue here. So if you get a chance to visit this vibrant nightlife street, observing carefully could be an interesting experience. Keihan Sanjo Station Plaza. Although Keihan Sanjo Station is underground, a wide plaza unfolds as you exit, bustling with people due to a mix of taxi stands and bus stops. This area also had Tachinbo sightings in the past. However, it's quite close to a police substation, or Pontocho, making it a rather daunting place for Tachinbo to appear frequently. Because it's an open space, easily visible to the police, activity there is currently known to be almost non-existent or very rare. Near Pontocho Park. Pontocho is one of Kyoto's iconic entertainment districts, boasting a unique atmosphere with traditional wooden buildings lining its narrow alleys. The small park located here was also consistently mentioned in past sightings. Given the characteristics of its narrow and complex alleys, it was likely utilized as a discreet spot where one could briefly stay stay and then disappear, much like playing hide and seek. Since Pontocho itself is crowded with many people until late at night, it can be inferred that a favorable environment for Tachinbo to operate was created within it. In front of Kyoto Kawaramachi Garden entrance area, the area around the entrance of this large shopping mall near Kawaramachi Station is also one of the places where Tachinbo were occasionally spotted. This spot too sees an incredibly high flow of people with various purposes, making it easy for them to blend in and operate naturally. Given that shopping malls are brightly lit late into the night and the surrounding area is bustling, it served as a base for discrete activities during certain hours. Around Kyoto Station, as Kyoto's gateway and transportation hub, the Kyoto Station area is, needless to say, always swarming with people. There is occasional information that Tachinbo have appeared here too. However, the Kyoto Station area is so vast, large-scale, and intricately intertwined with commercial and transportation facilities that it's very difficult to pinpoint specific Tachinbo activity locations. Most sightings are isolated incidents, or they go unnoticed, blending into the countless crowds around the station. The locations mentioned above are places where Tachinbo sightings have occurred from the past to the present. However, you must remember that due to continuous crackdowns by Japanese authorities, it is difficult for Tachinbo to stay in one place for long or operate consistently. Therefore, it is not realistic to expect Tachinbo to be permanently stationed at specific locations. Instead, they have developed a strong tendency to frequently change locations to evade crackdowns or continue their activities in more discreet methods. This is not just a Kyoto phenomenon, but is common across major cities throughout Japan. Approximate prices for Kyoto Tachinbo. Now, let's look at the prices for Tachinbo, which you might be curious about. Of course, I must preface this by saying that these are very fluid and can vary depending on the situation. However, the generally accepted approximate price ranges are as follows. First, for simple services like Te-koki, hand job, or fella, oral sex, the price is generally around 5,000 yen. You can consider approximately 5,000 Japanese yen to be the typical range. Next, when moving to Honban, meaning actual intercourse, the price range significantly increases. If condoms are used, referred to as gomu-ari, the market price is around 15 to 20,000 yen. And for gomu-nashi, meaning without a condom, the price is even higher, expected to be around 20 to 30,000 yen. However, it's important to note that these amounts are merely general meyasu, or benchmarks. The actual price can vary depending on the age of the person, specific conditions, or desired atmosphere and appearance, so please keep this in mind. Furthermore, Tachinbo generally do not provide a separate space, unlike Fuzoku 10, or licensed brothels, so hotel fees must be paid separately. Therefore, if you're considering intercourse, I would advise having at least 30,000 yen readily available for peace of mind. Some might feel that the prices for Tachinbo are cheaper than using typical Japanese sex establishments. This can indeed be the case, and some women are reported to feel a slight advantage due to the flexibility of not being tied to time limits. However, I want to emphasize once again that these prices can vary greatly depending on the situation and are not always predictable. The changing paradigm of entertainment. When analyzing and researching the Tachinbo phenomenon in Kyoto, we discover one important fact, that encounters through online platforms are now much more active than traditional physical meetings. This clearly demonstrates that not only the Tachinbo culture, but also the overall paradigm of the entertainment and sex work market is shifting from offline to online. Why is this change happening? Because online encounters offer significant advantages, much lower risk of crackdowns, and the ability to find partners with desired conditions more easily, quickly, and discreetly. With various matching apps and dating sites allowing prearranged conditions and meetings, the necessity of risking soliciting on the streets has diminished. In fact, many information sources advise that using various online matching apps or dating sites is much more efficient and safer than trying to find Tachinbo on-site. This shift can be seen as a result of technological advancement combined with legal regulations. Through our time today, we've deeply explored another hidden, yet undeniably existing side of Kyoto. It was a meaningful time where we glimpsed the continuously changing social trends and human behaviors within Kyoto, a city where tradition and modernity beautifully coexist. Most importantly, it is crucial to always prioritize safety and make wise judgments. I sincerely hope that the information covered in this video has satisfied your curiosity and provided a small help in understanding the city of Kyoto from multiple perspectives. Please look forward to what exciting stories and new information we will bring you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Thank you.